Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely weekend. Max is having a nap, so I thought I would do a quick chat. I feel a bit rubbish. And I just wanted to share with you what's been going on this weekend, which has been a mixture of wonderful, lovely, fun stuff, tinged or tainted, should I say, slightly with sickness and illness. So last week, Max and I went to two soft play centres, and a few weeks ago, Max had a terrible virus, like chronic diarrhoea for 9 days, had to go to the doctors, had to get antibiotics, horrendous, never seen anything like it. As a first-time mum, any little thing that happens like that is scary because we've never gone through it before. So he was just having this upset stomach constantly. We were at the doctors literally every other day because I was just really worried about him. And I know that when this crops up again, which I know it will, I'll be more prepared and I won't be as panicky. But yeah, I think anyone would literally, it freaks out when the child's not well. And this being the first time that happened a few weeks ago, it was just horrendous. So then, and I put it down to, and my friends and my family, was the soft play places, they're brilliant for children, but they're riddled with germs. No matter how clean they try to keep them, no matter how many times they sanitise the toys, at the end of the day, kids are going to be putting the toys in their mouths, there's going to be germs going back and forth. Of course, it's completely natural and normal, and I totally get that. And in a way, I guess it's quite good to, build your baby's immune system up by kind of letting them put the stuff in their mouths and kind of getting the germs in them, which is pretty gross, but I suppose it does build up the immune system, so I do get that. So, and Max absolutely loves soft play, and it's a great meeting place, to meet your friends and have a coffee and play around, because it's hard now, especially as Max is wanting to move around. He doesn't sit still for very long, so gone are the days where you can sit in Costa with the newborns are in the carry seat, fast asleep, and you can chat for a couple of hours. That just doesn't happen anymore. So soft play centres are brilliant. However, this weekend, so we went to two soft play places. So basically I stayed away from the soft play places after Max had his virus for a couple of weeks. And then this week, the week just gone, I met a friend on Tuesday at the soft play place that we go to regularly. And on the Thursday, I met another lovely friend and her little girl at a new soft play place, which I hadn't been to before. Had a brilliant time, all great. Thursday night, Max had been in bed for about an hour and a half. Joe looks on the video monitor. He's like, "Quick, babe, what's in Max's bed? Get upstairs quickly, let's go." And I was like, "What?" Looked on the screen, and there was a huge damp patch on his mattress, and he was still asleep. And I thought the ceiling was bloody leaking or something. Something had come through the ceiling. So we legged it upstairs, obviously went in quietly because he was still asleep. And yeah, the whole of his bed, the whole of his mattress was covered in sick. So he'd been sick in his sleep, and we had to wake him up. And he was, he didn't have a temperature, he was a little bit pale. I had to strip him all off. Joe changed the bed. And, within, I don't know, half an hour, he'd gone back to sleep again. So he was fine in himself, but he'd obviously been sick. So I thought, oh my God, I've given him salmon for dinner. Had I not cooked the salmon properly? Was it the cheesy sauce I put with it? So I couldn't work it out. Anyway, he slept okay through the night, and then Friday morning, Joe went off on a work trip. And literally, as soon as he'd walked out the door, Max was sick again. So I was like, oh my God's sake, typical. So I sorted all that out. And again, he was still smiling away, he was happy as anything, not crying, no upset stomach, just this vomiting. So kind of, kept his diet went back to dry stuff, dry toast, breadsticks, banana. He made sure he was drinking plenty, which he was, so that was good, because there's always that worry about dehydration. So yeah, again, absolutely fine himself, just this vomiting. And then I thought, oh my God, is it this bloody soft play place? So then, we just stayed in that day. We were supposed to be going swimming. It's like, thank God we didn't go swimming, because can you imagine that? He'd have been sick in the swimming pool. They'd have closed the pool, would have been like literally the least unpopular mum in the world. So I was glad I kind of stuck with my instinct and thought, no, even though he's finding himself, let's just not go, because he literally was sick. That, like when we would have been there. Anyway, afternoon-wise, fine, and then gave him dinner. He didn't have much dinner at all, just literally a little bit, which was fine. I wasn't gonna force him at all. And then took him upstairs, walking up the stairs with him over my shoulder, just not bouncing, obviously, just walking up the stairs. All over me. I'm not even kidding. Literally covered the whole of my arm, shoulder, all down my back. It went on the walls, it went on the stairs, everywhere. And I was like, how is that much sick come out of a little boy? And bless him, it was full-on projectile vomit, which again, I've always heard about this projectile vomiting. You hear about it gushing out. And I was like, oh, surely it's not as bad as that. Oh yeah, it is. I get projectile vomit now. I understand that is definitely a thing. So bless him. But again, he was fine. And once he'd been sick, he was absolutely fine. I was quite emotional, but trying to keep it together, because I was just literally like, I just didn't know where to start. But obviously instinct kicks in, and I didn't want to scare him or anything by freaking out. So we both basically stripped off and got in the bath together. I just thought, stuff the stairs, I'll clear them up, clear the walls up when he's in bed, because I couldn't deal with it with him around. So got in the bath and everything, got him sorted, and put him to bed, and thank God he was absolutely fine. But my God, I was so petrified all night that he was going to be sick in his sleep again, and just worried that he'd, be lying on his back and be sick. But luckily he sleeps on his front, so, and also he's of that age now where he can move around, so I was probably worrying for nothing. But I literally didn't sleep at all that night because I just kept an eye on the monitor. And then Saturday morning he woke up absolutely fine, and my two friends were coming down, and we were going to the Stylist show in London, which was fantastic, so we'll talk a bit about that in a minute. But so Max was going off to his granny and granddad's for the day and sleeping over, so in a way I was a bit like, oh God, is he going to be okay? And I felt a bit bad for just dumping him with granny and granddad, but I knew that they'd look after him so well, and they kind of knew what he'd been like, so they were prepared. I didn't just not tell them and then rock up and be like, oh yeah, by the way, Max has been really sick all day. But he, I was kind of chatting to them through the day, and he was fine all day, so it was literally like a 24-hour thing, if that. So thank God, but I definitely must be the soft play places. It 100% must be. So, I am getting to the end of the story, I promise. I had a brilliant day at Stylist. So Stylist magazine, they put on a show, which I'm not sure if they do every year. I'm not sure if this was the first one, but it was a huge event. It was at the Business Design Centre in Islington. It was 25 quid a ticket. We got there at 10:30. We didn't leave till 6:30. There was so much to do. There were talks, there were Q&As with Lisa Eldridge, the amazing makeup artist. We sat front row listening to Nigella Lawson talk about her new cookery book and her passion for food. We got a picture with Dawn Porter, who was lovely. We listened to Edith Bowman. We watched a fascinating talk by a really inspirational woman called Cindy Gallop, who talked about the porn industry and basically make real... What's her website? Is Make Real World Love Not Porn.com. Check it out, I think that's it. But if you do Cindy Gallop, if you type in Cindy Gallop, really interesting lady, and we were a bit dubious about the talk. We were like, is this really for us? But it was really interesting. It was talking about basically educating children and getting rid of the gross fake porn industry, and if you want to watch those sorts of videos, then you know, watch real normal people. Anyway, I think that's probably another topic, but it was very interesting. And so, yeah, so loads of stuff going on. You've got free champagne and chocolates and loads of lovely stands with different, you know, clothing lines and beauty tips, and NARS were there and loads of stuff. It was a brilliant, brilliant day. So it will definitely be on again next year, and I would highly recommend you going. We will definitely go again. And it was so lovely being with my friends and my sister and just having a proper girly day out. It was wonderful, and it just made me think I just wish we could do more of it. And you know, we don't live close by to each other, so it was really special. However, when it got towards the end of the day, we'd quite, you know, been quite indulgent in what we were eating throughout the day. There was like amazing mac and cheese, and I had this full-on croissant in the morning and champagne and stuff. And it got to the end of the day and I felt really bloated, and I was wearing my black skinny jeans that I showed you in my fashion haul video, which were very, very skinny and pretty tight, especially when you eat, you know, a lot of food. So I was feeling quite bloated and a bit nauseous, and I hadn't drunk much water, so that probably didn't help. And anyway, long story short, I ended up being sick, and twice at the stylish show in the loo, and then we went to a lovely French restaurant which would have been absolutely amazing, but I couldn't eat a thing, and I was sick there as well in the toilet. So it was just really crap, and I was like, oh, for God's sake, is this bug? So anyway, we got home and my lovely friends looked after me, and I went to bed and had a horrific night of sickness. And then Joe is still at his work conference, texted me saying he'd been sick all night as well, and I was like, oh my God, this bloody sickness bug. And then, you know, Sky has just been sick. Literally half an hour ago, she's just chucked up everywhere. So this is like the world's worst bug that is infecting absolutely everyone. So I'm absolutely petrified that my friends are going to get it and pass it on to their families. And I'm petrified that Joe's mum and dad are going to come down with it. It's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So the bottom line is, I don't feel like I can go to soft play places anymore, because if this is what it's going to do to you, then it is not blooming worth it. But it's such a shame, because Max loves it and it is a really great place. So basically, I don't know what to do. I don't know. You know, you just can't just keep him in, and maybe it is just a bit of bad luck. But have you guys had it, you know, situations with this? Have you had bugs from soft play, or is it just a horrible coincidence? I don't know. But and yeah, so especially with the weather, you know, it's getting colder now, so you know, being outdoors and stuff is not really an option, you know, for very long. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do going forward. I think it will be better when Max, you know, isn't teething, has kind of got over the whole phase of putting absolutely anything and everything in his mouth. I think that will be a lot easier. I need to really up my game with hand gel, because I carry it around in the bag, but I must admit I'm not really that great with putting it on and putting it on him, because it smells really alcoholic. So I kind of think, is it all right to put it on his hands? I guess it is, but yeah, so I'm just like literally washing my hands non-stop. I do feel better today. I still don't feel 100%, as you can probably tell by the way I look, but thank God the sickness, touch wood, has stopped. And Max was better, you know, all day yesterday. He was absolutely fine. It's raining granddad, so I think it is a short bout of it, which, you know, I know these things can go on a lot longer, and you can have like constant sickness and diarrhea, so I think we were lucky in that sense. But you know, when you're just like, are you kidding me? Just come on now. And it had been such a lovely day, and then just it was just not ruined at all, but it just tainted it a little bit, and you know, I just felt bad. I was like, I just wanted to have such a fun evening and stuff, and I was just like curled up on the sofa, just dying. But anyway, so the bottom line is, soft play centres are a no-go area for me and Max for the foreseeable future. If you can recommend any other places that are good to go to, that aren't germ infested, then let me know, please. Or maybe we just need to be wearing masks and gloves and suits and then still go to the soft play places. I don't know. Anyway, so it's been a lovely weekend, but then a bit crappy at the same time. But hopefully we're all on the mend now and we'll have a good week and we'll just, I don't know, wrap up warm and go out in the fresh air and play at home and stay away from those blooming ball pools. Anyway, hope you have a lovely rest of the weekend. And yeah, let me know what, if you've encountered, which you will have encountered, all of these things and what you've done. But yeah, and also I was a bit, I didn't know with the whole eating, like whether to restrict his diet and, you know, kind of do, not meal by mouth obviously, but just, you know, kind of go back to dry stuff, plain stuff, or carry on, because I kind of read two different things. One was to stop and do the dry toast, and the other one was to carry on because they get better quicker if you carry on feeding them their normal diet. So I didn't really know what was best. So yeah, if you've got any tips, let me know. I'll be more positive on the next video, I promise. See you later, bye.